here is the page what we call it as store home page, where an IT administrator or customer administrator would be landing on. Now I would start explaining everything from a customer point of view, that what all different tasks that they can perform and how exactly they can perform, and also how exactly this home page sets the expectations for the users and also influences them to subscribe to few services, right? So let me start with the store branding, which is actually on top left, and there are global links which are available on top right. All these links would actually take you to the relevant pages. There is also a search feature which is available here. Let's say that if you're looking for a specific service, all you need to do here is you just need to enter the service name and then hit search button here, right? So let's move on to this blue bar. So what is this blue bar? This blue bar, we are using it for multiple reasons. One is to display the breadcrumb. Breadcrumb actually helps users to navigate back and forth to different pages, right? And the next what we have here is my cart. My cart, it shows as a visual indicator that 12. So this 12 as a number, what is that? If you have added 12 items to your cart, then it shows as 12. Let's say that if you have not added any items to your cart, then it shows as 0. Also, you have like sign in as an option here. If you are an existing user, you just need to click on the sign in and then you just need to enter your username and password, right? So if you're a new user, then you just need to click on this register to continue with the registration process. So we have this banner here, what you could see here. This banner could be used for multiple reasons. One is to help users that how exactly this store exactly works, and also says that okay, what is that this store is going to offer and how exactly it's going to help in their business. And the second reason would be like for promoting any services in the store. Let's say that McCafe has come up with a new version and they could actually promote, store can actually promote that particular service on this banner, right? So let's move on to this by category, right? All these categories which is on the top left, either you could see go by different categories here, or you can just click on this all would actually take you to the catalog page. You can also sort these categories by provider or by category. So there are options available here, and there is an announcement section which is available at the top. This announcements panel, the way it works here is, if store wants to provide any announcements to end users, then this is the panel that they could actually provide any kind of announcements and communicate this to customers. If there are no announcements, then these announcements section won't appear. Let's move on to the featured services. So these featured services we will have on the store. If there are any featured services, yes, this is the place. Here is the place that they could actually display this services as part of the featured services. If you want to navigate to the rest of the services, you just need to click on this right and left arrow to navigate back and forth, right? And then you have the C also, which is actually on left, which is going to be popular services, trial services and new services. Popular services that users might be always interested on that particular store, that okay, what all different popular services this particular store is offering. And then trial services is going to be like, let's say there are going to be 30 days or a 60 days trial version is going to be available, and then you can just click on this trial services. You could see only the trial services, and the new services is going to be newly arrived to the store as part of the new services. So you could see the same popular services here like I explained, and then trial services here, right? And also there is a promotional promotional sections available here. So these are basically videos. Due to network settings, you would not be able to see these videos at this point of time, but later, yes, there is always a possibility of viewing these videos when you are actually out of the network. So let's move on to this particular section called Did You Know? So what is that? How exactly users are going to take benefit of this particular gadget. If they are registered user, or once they register, what all actually they are going to get it as a different key features is what we are displaying those key features here, so that users can actually have a glance at these key features, what's important, how exactly, like what is that key features, different key features they would be getting in, right? And also we have this social community feature, as followers on different community sites like Facebook, Twitter and LinkedIn. So let's take an example of Facebook. If you click on this Facebook, and it would actually take you to the Facebook account of this particular store. If this particular store has created any account on Facebook, then if you click on this Facebook icon, it would actually connect you to, it would allow users to connect to that particular account, right? So let's move on to the footer. We have a very rich footer where you have all these providers, categories, see also section, and also if you need any help at any point of time, you could just reach support or call us on this number. And then recommend, you could from a customer point of view, if you would like to recommend this particular uh, store, you can always just click on this recommend. And then feedback, which is something we can actually expect any customers to provide feedback. And here is the place where you have this all global links available at the top bottom, and then there is a branding available for the Jamcracker. So now let's actually click on one of these options to go to the catalog. Let's say that, okay, if I want to go to catalog, I can just click on this all to see all the services. There you go. Here's a list of services that you could actually see, different services being listed over here. And you can also, like, sort by different options. Like I said before, you have popular services, trial services, new services. So if you select popular services, you could just see only the list of popular services, and then trial services also same thing, and it's again same with the new services as well, right? So once you select this option, you can also sort by either A to Z or Z to A. And then also you have this display options, so where users could actually specify the numbers of services to be displayed on this page. Let's say that if you enter 12, so 12 services are going to appear on this particular page, right? And also you have this pagination at the bottom. So let's say that, okay, for example, now it says there are 5 pages, 1 of 5. If you want to go to the second or third page, directly you can just enter 3 here within this text field and then press enter button. Or if you want to just go to the second page, you just need to click on this blue right arrow. So these are the different services available here. There is also a visual indicator available for trials available for each of the services. When you have a trial version, there is a visual indicator for that particular service, right? So now let me try clicking on the Scoot, which I would want to buy. Let me click on this, which will take you to the details of the service page, right? So for customers, this is going to be a very important page to make a decision whether to go for this particular service or not, right? So what is that, how exactly this page is going to help for the end customers that to make the decision. So let's check out that. So there is a heading which actually says that, okay, which is this service and what it does, right? And there is also logo of that particular service is going to be available. There are 2 options here. One is like supplementary materials and then watch a video. If this particular service has any supplementary materials, you could just click on the service supplementary materials. Then you could also click on this promotional video of this particular service. Moving on to this pricing options. This service has like almost 3 different offers. I mean to say here is pricing points, right? And also, like, if one of these offers or like different prices will have 30 days trial versions, so there is going to be a Starbusters available for each of these offers when there is trial version available. And also there is a detailed price plan available When you click on this, you get to see the detailed price plan within this, and then you could just close this later. So moving on to the overview section. Let's say that okay, if users want to check out the overview of or the details of this particular service, there is a tab which is available as overview, right? As an overview. And then you could just glance through all this information as a detailed information. Then if you click on the supplementary materials, you could see the list of different items on different file formats. Either you could actually download or view. Again, it depends on the file formats that are available. And if you want to check for the system requirements that this particular service is going to work for, then you could actually click on this requirements tab, and then you have FAQ, that's frequently asked question tab. If you have any clarifications, then you could just visit this section to know more. And also there is a section called related services. If you want to check out different services in the same category, all you need to do here is you can just check out these services which is actually part of the same category as related services. Again, you can just, if you want to view more services, you could just click on the right arrow to navigate back and forth. So now let me try clicking on one of these service offers. So it says thanks for choosing the trial version, right? So now let me close this, and I'll just click on add to cart. So directly it actually gets added to your cart. When you click on trial version, what happens here is it will ask whether you are a new user or an existing user. We also have other option for adding that particular item to the cart. So that's what I actually did before this, and it took me to the shopping cart. And also as a demo, I'm just showing this overall, like how exactly the checkout process happens. So when you add any items to your cart, there is always a consistent place which is available for displaying any kind of confirmation or alert or error messages. So there is a confirmation message available for this as well. So once you read that confirmation message, you could just close this, right? So this is the shopping cart, and different items are being displayed what is that you have added to your cart. So each item has its own set of details. Let's say that okay, what are the kind of number of days of trial version available for that particular service, and then what happens, like after 30 days or 60 days of trial version is users are going to get an email for to go for a paid version, or if there are actually paid version, then how are they going to renew that particular service. And also you will have the quantity. You can always like modify your quantity while you're clicking on this before you click on the secure checkout button. And also you have different price points, that recurring fees, setup fee, discount, tax as different components, right? And also what is the subtotal of this. And there is also a coupon code available. If end customers has any coupon code, then they could just enter that coupon code here and then hit that button, apply. At this point of time, there is a flexibility of removing these items from your cart. So there is an option available for removing this particular item from your cart, right? And also there is a one important section which is going to be quick help for customers, right? So what I could do is there is a feature available for either closing it, or is just a collapsing it, or expanding this. So this particular quick help, what it does, the first section is going to be payment information. When I click on that, users are going to get that information from a payment point of view, that what all different payment method that this particular store provides, right? So they could just read this information as a very useful information that users get to know that, right? Since it is an e-commerce process, so it's very important to let the users know that okay, what all different payment method, payment information that this particular store has it. And then there is also a video available to show that as a process how exactly it does. And also related topics are going to be the online help, which is just something you can just click on one of the phrases, and then it will take you to the online help, and also read support. So once you find this number, you can always like call if you need any help from the support. So now what I could do is I could just click on this secure checkout button. Yeah. So since I'm a new user, it's taking me to a page wherein if I'm a new user, I would need to register, or if I'm an existing user, I just need to enter my username and password, right? So what I do is, since I'm a new user, I would start registering it. So first name is like that what I enter. So as an exclusive feature, what I would like to highlight for customers here is it's 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 just a very quick visual indicator for for users to understand that okay, there is a success or a error or a alert message will be provided as and when you just enter the information for each of these fields. So it actually makes a lot more easier for the users to understand and then complete the registration process. So let me enter this email ID. Phone number is not mandatory, so I'm not going to enter that. So I would just enter this company name JC, and then I would just enter as test. And then here this is what, there's one phone number which is going to be mandatory, and also country. So here just there's one option available for country list. Otherwise you could actually see the list of countries to select one of them, and same with the state also. City is going to be Bangalore, and then I'm also going to enter this zip code. So there is a captcha at the bottom. There are three different options available for the captcha. One is like new, audio, and help. If you want to actually click on new, you just get to see a different captcha, and then audio is like if you want to hear, then you could just click on this. Help is which is something, what is that, if you want to understand from a customer point of view, you could just click on this and it will get connect you to the online help, which will take you to the online help, right? And then type the characters that, yeah. So I'm going to enter this characters, and also there are different agreements available while registering this. So there are three agreements available. Either I can just select here to agree to all different agreements, or if you just click on this, you get to see different agreements on the same window, so that you could just read this and then agree to all. So once you click on agree to all, this checkbox gets selected, and then you can just hit register button. Okay, so you have payment details now. So on payment details page, what all different tasks that actually users can perform? One is, once you do a checkout, at this point of time, if you want to modify any of your orders, yes, there is a flexibility that we have provided for end customers that they could do it. So for example, quantity, if you want to change the quantity, yes, you could actually do that. And also different price points which are available, again, you can just refer to these things. And also if you want to remove any of these items before confirming an order, you could just do this. And also there is a service activation date which is going to be available. You could just enter the service activation date, and also you could just collapse this order as a section. If you want to save this particular order, you could just click on this save order, and later you can come back and confirm your order. If you have any sales reference code, you could just enter here, and like I said, service activation date as well. So there's something called payment details as step 1, and then the order receipt as step 2. Payment details on, let's start with the name on credit card. So I just enter this name, and then number is going to be, so the card expiry date, okay, here you go, and then address line. So this is the demo purpose we are actually using this. So you would just need to enter this address line for the second time. Otherwise, you don't need to enter this address line for the second time. So country as country list and state as state list. Bangalore. Then zip is going to be, yeah. So there you go. You have two different options available here. One is like keep the same details for billing address. The second one would be no, I want to specify the details for billing address. If you want to keep the same details for billing address, you could select this, or if you want to keep a different address, then you could just select the second option. So for now, I'm going to select the first one and then proceed with this. So once I click on proceed, I get this additional information pop-up. What it does here is there are few services which actually requires additional information to be filled in by the customer administrator. So for example, like Microsoft SharePoint, and these are the different set of fields or different information that they would be getting it, right? So company name or a company title is going to be JC is what I'm just entering, and then the URL. Subtitle is going to be sound. I just enter cloud computing. Yeah, there is also one more option available at this point of time. If you want to enter this information, or if you have like only uh, half of the information on this page and half of the rest of the information, if you don't have it, whatever you enter, you can just click on save and close, come back later, and then you can actually complete this step and then to confirm the order, right? So since I have all the information now, I just enter and I'm just clicking on save and finish. So clicking on save and finish, which will actually take you to the order receipt. So there is going to be a confirmation message at the top for confirming an order, and what it actually does for end customer. So once they confirm an order, they would be getting an email with an encrypted link to log in and to check the order status and manage the dashboard, that is like post login activities. So that's the confirmation message, and then also you have a order receipt here, what is that you have confirmed, and different details of order and payment details and the billing details. You could also click on this print page to print this particular receipt, right? So this is what the complete steps or the process of checkout as a process, right? Okay, thank you.